We now live in what is, without a doubt, the most fragile generations of Americans ever. We've built a culture that rewards emotional fragility. The most fragile receive all the attention.
If you grow up with brothers and sisters, right, no matter what you do, there's always one kid that needs more attention. And unfortunately, the kid who needs the most attention typically gets it at the cost of the other kids. I don't think that's healthy for families. Families that do that, I don't think that's healthy. In the Black community, there's a running joke. If your kid gets accepted to college, there's no fundraiser for him. There's no celebration for him. There's no raising money to help him. But goddamn, if he goes to jail, will the community unite to bail him out? If he commits a crime, the community will unite to bail him out of jail. But if he goes to college, ain't no money to help him.
Why?
Same reason we have this fragile generation of Americans. More attention goes to those who are failing or fragile than to those that are strong and succeeding. We reward fragility.
And you an enabler. Enabling ass nigga.
I said I'm never coming back again. Next I stepped away from the mirror. I got my mind made up now, 'cause I can see the future much clearer.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. Like, when has America not been fragile? Like, America rewards fragility from the jump. Like, what are y'all talking about? What do y'all think nepotism? What do you think nepotism is? Rewarding weak, fragile people. I gotta do something for you because you can't do it on your own. What do you think? Capitalism is. Somebody creates something. Somebody invents something. Somebody innovates, and somebody comes along and tries to steal it or profit off of it and scam the person who created it out of money. And you consider that, oh, that's smart. No, that's weak. That's fragile. What do you think? Slavery wasn't about the best people. No, it was about let's hold these guns on these people and make them do stuff that I don't want to do. What do you think Jim Crow was about? Oh man, them black people got a house. Let's burn it down because I'm in my feelings. Because how could they have stuff that I don't have? What do you think? All of the recent history of civil rights, that's fragile. Oh, I can't let you in the classroom with me because I'm insecure. I can't let you play sports against me because I'm insecure. You get what I'm saying? It's all fragile. America's been fragile. Look at your politicians. Look at your politicians. And I ain't just talking about this time. Do your politicians look like the smartest and strongest and brightest people? Have they ever? No. It's always been fragile people with fragile egos and fragile ideas who overreach and do stuff that don't make sense. Like, some of y'all don't want to deal with it, but this is the reality. When you look at your CEOs, your presidents and vice presidents of corporations and the people you feel like are moving and shaking, do they look like the best and brightest of us? No, they don't. Do they act like the best and brightest of us? No, they don't. They're sensitive and fragile. But we play this game where, they're in the high position, so they must be good. But when they mess something up, y'all just turn a blind eye. Like, I think a lot of y'all look at America through the lens of fantasy, through the lens of like superheroes and comic book characters. But when was there a time where the weakest of us weren't getting propped up? When was that? If you're a child in school, the smartest people, they say, oh, you're smart, but you're weak, so we're going to prey on you and we're going to cheat off of you. That's who gets the most attention is the screw ups. Like, and when a guy said, "Oh, in the black community, there's a running joke," and then old boy turned it into, "Why do they do that in the black community?" It's like, man, shut up. They do that in white America too. That's why y'all have all these young men and young women that's been screw ups their whole lives, but they are accustomed to getting, high paying jobs, even though they were dumb their whole lives. They were screw ups their whole lives. They were troublemakers their whole lives. And now it's like, no, we don't have jobs for you. Now they're crashing out. What are you talking about? That's catering to fragility. That's what that is. The reasoning that people have for losing their temper and going off, crashing out is usually some weak stuff. And I'm not talking from just yesteryear. I'm talking right now. People don't think that they can do an honest day's work in America and get an honest day's pay. Because part of getting an honest day's pay means somebody's going to try to scam you out of your honest day's pay. And if you break their face, because normally the people that scamming you out of stuff, they aren't the strongest people. They're the people most prevalent to call the police and play victim. That's what America's been, Oh, they hit me, they hurt me, I did nothing. And people believe that nonsense. So we play this game like, America doesn't reward weaklings or idiots or stupid people. That's part of the whole caste system of racial system in America. Even if somebody's better than you, if they're not white, we're gonna hold you back. That's being, rewarding weakness. Yeah, we know these people are better than you, but we can't do that because we got to be on a team, and then everybody else fails because the it's not just a work ethic, but there is no real competition in America. There never has been. Every time somebody got in a competitive state, people lost their mind because they were so afraid of the status quo being overturned. And the status quo is normally, hey, white America gets to play life on easy mode and benefit off everybody else. That's the premise of that whole conversation. You don't, whether you like it or not, that's what America is founded on. It's the idea that you can do a little bit and get a lot, and people who do a lot get a little bit because you can cheat them out of stuff. And you have, let's just say, America's enforcement arm to back you up. As long as you fit the stereotypical bill. So that's why at the end of the day, the squeaky wheel gets the grease or whatever you want to call it. But that's why, in a sense, America is on a downward spiral and is crumbling because the belief that, the best of us, will rise to the top in a meritocracy. That's a fantasy belief. It's a sport that's only in sports. And even in sports, they spent years messing that up for a lot of people because, oh, you don't look like the stereotype for this position. Oh, I don't like your size. I don't like your ability. I don't like your game. It's not prototypical. And then somebody comes along and blows the doors off of that, and then they go, oh, you can be great doing that. I didn't know. I know you didn't know because you don't know what you're doing. You don't really have an eye for talent. So you get this all the time. And even with that, you get people who get to make mistake after mistake after mistake because we believe in you. See, great people don't need to make 50, 11 mistakes in ascending to greatness. Great people, they start doing great stuff and they're consistent. America's not consistent with rewarding excellence. That's the key. Like, America is consistent with undermining excellence if it doesn't fit a profile that somebody likes, and at the same time, overpaying mediocrity because it fits the profile. So all I'm saying is the country's always been fragile and rewarded fragility. It's just silly that y'all can't see that. Maybe y'all don't want to. I mean, it is what it is. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.